For 21 years, Solid Snake has fought seemingly impossible odds to save the world from terror and destruction. After such an extended tour of duty, Hideo Kojima has decided to honorably discharge the super soldier in the latest Metal Gear Solid title. But this is no bang or whimper. Instead, this is an explosive send-off that doesn't simply raise the bar. It obliterates it, becoming the new standard that action and stealth titles will be judged by. This is a classic in the making. This is Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots. Set 6 years in the future, Metal Gear Solid 4 tells the tale of an extremely bleak world. War and conflict are no longer a sporadic occurrence with hotspots around the globe. Instead, the entire planet has been engulfed in constant battle. No longer are there any excuses to wage war. It has become its own self-sustaining industry, supplanting the global economy with the contracts of private military corporations, or PMCs. It's into this chaotic world that Solid Snake has been called out of retirement for one final mission by Colonel Campbell. While Snake is inserted into the war zone of the Middle East under cover as a UN PMC inspector, his overall task is to assassinate Liquid Ocelot. However, this Solid Snake, or perhaps we should say Old Snake, thanks to his accelerated aging, will need to pull a couple of new tricks from his sleeves to accomplish his toughest mission yet. Of course, fans familiar with the Metal Gear Solid series are aware that each game has introduced new gameplay mechanics for Snake to take advantage of. The incredible part about Metal Gear Solid 4 is that there are tons of additional features added to this title, and even when you run into a system or mechanic that you wouldn't think would fit into the Metal Gear universe, Kojima has figured out a way to make it fit seamlessly with the gameplay, rendering those concerns invalid. From the first action sequence to fighting alongside Meryl and her Rat Patrol squad to the climactic battle at the end of the title, all of these are balanced and layered, adding to the epic nature of the title. Take, for example, the new twist to Snake's classic on-site procurement orders. In previous games, Snake would have to find his weapons scattered around installations he was infiltrating. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply in this new world, as each soldier's nanomachines restrict weapons to their ID-coded owners. As a result, Snake will need to rely upon Drebin, a gun launderer, who will remove these restrictions on acquired firearms, as well as sell new weapons, aftermarket accessories, and ammunition. This adds a new wrinkle to Snake's arsenal. Not only can he instantly purchase new arms that can be immediately used in battle, but he can also customize some of his firearms, adding everything from laser scopes and foregrips to noise suppressors and grenade launchers. What's more, if he runs out of ammunition in the middle of battle, he can immediately purchase additional rounds that can sustain his fight. Granted, some critics will say that this makes the game too easy and also eschews the traditional stealth routes of the title in favor of an action focus. However, this is an extremely shallow way to view the depth included with this new mechanic. Players can pick and choose exactly how they want to play the title, so purists can sneak and crawl through the game with a focus on stealth, restricting their purchases of ammunition or completely avoiding the system altogether. For these players, there are plenty of new features to take advantage of in clandestine ways. The new Octocamo system, which is an obvious evolution of the camouflage system from Metal Gear Solid 3, gives players a new way to infiltrate areas because of the ease with which Snake can blend into the environment. Players can also use the new CQC attacks, such as silent chokes or grabs to incapacitate their opponents. However, even the most stealthy players will need to unleash some bullets here or there, relying on firepower to make it through specific fights. Even that has been balanced with the inclusion of the Psyche and Stress meters, which governs Snake's mental stress and affects both his aim and his tolerance to pain, ensuring that even the best players won't be able to run and gun forever. What's more immediately striking about MGS4 are its visuals. It's easily one of the best looking titles to date in gaming history, squeezing every pixel possible out of the PS3 and rendering it beautifully. As a result, players are witnesses to one of the finest games ever created. Character models are large and impressively rendered in real time, and transitions between cutscenes and gameplay are seamless and natural. Environments pop with sharp details as well, and there are subtle little touches like dirt that'll settle on the camera lens or water droplets that will lightly cascade down the screen. While only a few textures are flat here and there, and the game will feature some light frame rate drops during gigantic explosions, they're generally overwhelmed by the level of detail shown within the game and the cinematic scope of the title itself, which highlights what a masterpiece this game is. The other significant feature I want to touch on that's included in Metal Gear Solid 4 is Metal Gear Online. This provides a multiplayer feature to a package that's already solid, no pun intended, on the single-player campaign. Technically, Kojima Productions didn't even need to include a feature like this, but after the success that he had with Subsistence, adding the feature only seemed right. While battle rages across the starter maps with up to 16 players in the initial pack, Konami is planning on supporting this mode with additional maps, modes, and exclusive characters for skilled players, which is an excellent extension of replay value once you've conquered the story numerous times. Legends die hard, and deserve a heroic story that lives on when they're gone. Metal Gear Solid 4 is such an ending for a legendary warrior like Solid Snake. Not only does it sum up the full franchise of Metal Gear, its depth and its complexity, coupled with its technical prowess, make it one of the best games of this year, and indeed, one of the best games ever made. Get some well-earned rest, Snake. You've earned it. We salute you.